Right. It looks like we're live. Welcome all to the Friday Night Strike, where I, Night Strike, your host, sit down and have dinner, have late lunch, and just chat with you guys and see what's going on. And no, Sandhill Shooter, you weren't the first. Gizzer Gary was first. So.
Ha ha ha.
Because Gary's in here. So who we got out there? We got Sandhill Shooters out there. Gun-loving Grandpa Stanley. How's it going, Grandpa Stanley? We got David Bowling. What up, Kingpin? We got Drucifer out there. How's it going, Drucifer? We got Rob D, NY Outcast out there. Hello, Rob D. How you doing? Zorro, I sent you a link if you want to jump in and just shoot the breeze. You are more than welcome to. So check your email. Who else is out there? Well, that looks like that's all it is out there on the chat tonight. So me and Gary were just talking about GunTube because I'm working on GunTube right now. I was just checking everything because Gary was uploading some new videos to GunTube. If you haven't seen them already, go over GunTube and check them out. But I'll show you guys how it's looking right now. Got everything back up and running. GunTube is working properly again. Gary was complaining that his videos weren't encoding fast enough, and it turns out it was just his Mac was the problem. No. But, hey, that's Mac. And he's going to give me shit for that later, but I totally deserve it. So, yeah. GunTube is working again. Woo! All right. All right, Gary, what was it? What were you asking? What were we talking about? We were talking about views. You got a couple of views on GunTube right now.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the registered users. We're about up to 310 registered users on GunTube. I don't know how this equates, but 635 subscriptions. Looks like we got 57 comments, 219 total video likes, 5 total video dislikes. Those bastards.
How can you do that?
I don't know. But here's something interesting. Total video views is at 33,878. The people are watching.
Yeah.
And the total videos right now on GunTube are 1,015 videos are being hosted on GunTube right now. That's quite a lot.
It is.
So it's good. I can't show you guys the analytics because it's the admin portion of GunTube, and I don't want to give that out. But I can give you the generals just because I have them at my fingertips. But again, I can't show it to you because I don't want anyone to do anything unscrupulous. So, what do we got there? Goose for saying pretty good today. Went to the range, came home, put a vector in layaway. Wife doesn't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell Ellis. Do not tell Ellis.
Ellis is going to get his this year. That's what we heard.
Didn't he put one in layaway too?
I don't know if he has or not. I haven't talked to him in a week or so.
I'm pretty sure he did. Vanessa Kitty is out there. It's like Rob D's like, wife don't know? Laugh out loud. Good luck. Just for saying, Rob, it will just show up one day. It worked once before. John Brown Productions is out there. What's going on, John Brown? And, speaking of the vector, he said Zorro is heading to the range.
I saw that. Lucky duck.
Zorro. Well, it depends on if it's a good range or if it's a bad range. Remember, Zorro is stuck out on the left coast.
Well, it's good to know even in California you can occasionally shoot your guns.
Yeah,
Even though they're heavily modified.
They're not just display pieces.
Right. Real live guns.
Booba Sweat is out there. Ooh, he says it's 1,000-yard range. I thought those didn't exist in California anymore.
Can a Vector even shoot that far?
No, it can't. Because let's be honest, even if it's like a 45 ACP Vector, you're still not going to get 1,000 yards.
You could do it, but you're not going to hit anything at that range.
No, you're not going to hit anything. You could probably get a shootout that far, but...
Yeah, put about a 30 degree.
John Brown says he's good, Night Strike. Okay. Great to hear that, John Brown. So, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? We got, the usual suspects out there. I did want to ask you, Gary, you're doing a show, aren't you?
Yes. Tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central.
Can you give us a little preview or sneak peek at what it's all about and what you talk about?
Well, it's a continuation of my Foul Territory series, which to date has been nothing but pretty much wide open live chats, but we're going to structure it for a little bit. We're going to have at least 2 or 3 topics that we will discuss on the panel. And then once we get everything discussed to the nth degree, then we can have a little bit of fun towards the end of it. But it's going to be a live panel discussion. And I sent out feelers yesterday, so we're going to have, looks like a pretty good-sized panel tonight. So hopefully we will have some fun, not do too much cutting up, although, like I say, it's Friday night, and we're here to...
They're here to party.
Let our hair down a little bit and enjoy the weekend. I've always had good luck with streams on Fridays, either late Friday afternoon or Friday night, because it seems like everybody's ready to have some fun. So
Zoro says it is 45 ACP. He got the right vector instead of the wrong vector. Vectors should only be in 45. They shouldn't be in 9mm. I'd accept 10mm, but only for Jumpy. Because if I don't condone 10mm for Jumpy, Jumpy will be angry. And, we got to let Jumpy have 10mm. It just has to happen.
Says he wants to see if he can get it at 50 to 100 yards. 50 is probably doable.
50 is doable. 100 might be all right. You might be able to get 100. Any further than that, and you're just stretching it. Unless you get a longer barrel. You get a longer barrel, you might be able to get further out.
How long is a barrel on those things?
Boob Sweat says, Night Strike, check your email. I will check my email, friend. Happy New Year deals. Oh, nice. A 10-inch, what is it? 16-inch upper receiver, 5.56, 1/8 twist. Okay. For $179.99.
Not bad.
Peter, why don't I just share the email? Because why not? He said check it. I'm checking it. It's proof. From Hardened Arms LLC. That upper's not a bad idea. Does it come with a bolt carrier group and charging handle? It does not look like it. Still, $179 is a pretty good deal. I don't know if PSA is still doing it, but they had an upper mid length with the bolt carrier group and charging handle for $199. That looks pretty good. I mean, still, if you're going to build a pistol, that price could be a little better on that one, but that's just my opinion. But overall, not some bad prices if you want parts. Some of them look a little overboard, but that's just my opinion. So, take that, with a grain of salt. Yeah.
That's why they make so many different kinds, because not everybody loves the same thing.
No, it's true. It's true. But yeah, so. There you go, Boob Sweat. And I didn't show his email address in there, so there you go.
Scott wants to know why you don't post on gun channels.
The Friday Night Strike is not a gun channel thing. It's a YouTube thing. Scott should know that if he's been following Night Strike. The Friday Night Strike has always been just talking to the YouTube crowd in the YouTube chat and hanging out. It hasn't ever been about being on gun channels. You want gun channels, you get hit or miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. You want YouTube, that's Friday Night Strike at 6.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
Of course, I've heard you answer that question a couple times before.
I have.
It comes up a lot. Well, this is my first attempt at actually doing a live show. But I figured if I put myself on a schedule, I'd force myself to do it. So I've been meaning to anyway, but I just never get around to it. And this is going to force me to.
Really? You sure?
You betcha.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. We're going to force him. We're going to force it out of him.
That's right.
I'm not going to say anything controversial like Matt would, but, you know. Anyways, I went to the gun shop today. A different gun shop, because the pawn shop I normally go to, he stopped doing guns. So I have to go to the other pawn shop now. Different guy. A little further out, but still in the same town. So.
Well, at least you got options.
Yeah. At least I don't have to go to that asshole who owns the gun store. Because I have the one gun store in town. We have one gun store in town. And he's the only guy that just strictly guns. But I support mom and pop shops. But only if mom and pop shops actually want to do business. And actually value their customers. This guy, when anybody mentions, doing transfers or mentions that his prices being too high, he cries and complains that he has such a hard time and that it's too hard for him to do business because of everybody else. And you know what? That's great. It's great that he has a hard time, but it's not my problem. One. Two, if you're in business, you need to learn something called salesmanship. Okay? Yeah, I know not everybody does it anymore. People just want instant gratification sometimes. I understand that. But if you're running a business and you're paying for the business and you're running it, you need to treat it like a business. And you need to learn how to sell things. And this guy does not know how to sell things. And David, my old shop, the old pawn shop I used to go to, he did not give notice. He just stopped doing it. So, luckily I didn't have anything transferred with him, so I'm good there. Other than that, I went. The reason why I'm talking about this is just because of the factor that I went to the new guy. The new guy has salesmanship. The pawn shop, and because I go to pawn shops normally because they're not just a gun shop. Some pawn shops actually do try to be a gun shop and do a little bit of everything else. And I kind of like to see other stuff other than just guns. I know, heresy. But I do like to see some other stuff because there might be something there that interests me, okay? I mean, Gary, don't tell me you wouldn't like to go to a pawn shop that has guns as well as other stuff.
I've done it many times. Now, I've never actually bought any from a pawn shop, and then I've got a gun store real close to me. So.
You've got a good gun store. I've got a gun store here in town that I wouldn't give money if he was the last gun store in the United States. You know? Just because he thinks he can, mark up an ATI 1911 for $700 when, they're going for at most $399 to $400, and he can make people pay for that. I'm sorry, but buddy, your shit ain't worth gold. So that really pissed me off.
Now, there's this one pawn shop I keep going back into about every 6 months because they've got a pistol I want, but he's got way too high a price tag on it.
So does anybody know what the prices are on Magpul MOE AK Mags?
I don't.
I'm going to go check that out.
David Bowling hates his local gun store. Way too pricey, and some of the people are jerks. Yeah, that's no fun. The guy I go to, he always welcomes customers as soon as they come in the door. He always says hi. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, but both the guy I used to go to and the new guy, they both do that. He gets up. He normally has a desk right behind the counter. He's usually working at. Either one of them. And whenever someone walks in the shop, he says, "Hey, welcome to the shop. Can I interest you in anything?" And normally I just say, "I just like to browse right now. If I need anything, I'll let you know." And normally they're like, "Okay, knock yourself out," and that's fine with me. Now, what I don't like is when you go into a shop and you complain. You ask about the prices and ask if there's any way to, if you could get, if they could, give you a deal or something, and they complain and give you the world's longest sob story instead of trying to sell you something. Okay, and that's why I don't go to the guy next to me. The gun store here in town. I really hope he goes out of business because the factor that he just doesn't want to be in business. So
probably why he's having so much trouble with his business, because he's not customer friendly. We had a gun store like our old gun store, which is going out of business now. It was an old man. He was really cranky. He would watch customers like a hawk, and he wasn't a very nice guy. Now, if you got to know him, he'd talk to you. I finally got to where I could deal with him, but
this guy that owns a gun store in town, he's not a people person, and he actively shoved the NSSF out of his store at one point when I was there because he didn't want to be in league with them. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, thank you.
My LGS actually checks the prices of competing stores, and he'll tell you, said, well, my prices are better than Academy. My prices are better than this store. And he says, you're welcome to check. But he says, I'm trying to get stuff where people can afford it.
So, let's see if my camera's working. Camera working?
I don't know.
Yep. Hey.
Oh, no, it's Night Strike.
It's Night Strike. Don't tread on me. So, got the AK. There's an AK. I got 3 Magpul MOE mags from the shop today. 4 mags. Yay.
Yeah.
Let's see if they work. Got an AK here. Oh my God, it works. Try another one. Oh my God, that one works too. Got one more. What do you think? Think it'll work, Gary?
It'll work.
Yeah, it works.
No.
Okay, I got these for like $9 a piece at the gun store, at the pawn shop today. because he got them from a guy who brought them in, and they said that that they wouldn't work in the 8K they got. No, actually, Scott, I don't have the IO AK. I have Foos's AK. It's got his name on it. I can't show it to you because it's his last name, and he doesn't want to give his last name out. So, you ask Foos on that one. But you know, $9 a piece for Magpul MOE mags or AKs. I was a little leery because he said that the guy that brought them to him and sold it to him got them, and they didn't fit in his AK. So, wasn't sure if these were going to work. Then I bring them home, and they fit just fine. He's got 2 more over there. I'm thinking about going over tomorrow and picking the other 2 up.
I could be wrong, but I'm guessing you already tried them before you started the hangout.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't say anything.
I knew it.
At least I'm transparent. I won't lie to you guys. Yes, I did check them just so that, you know, I made sure they worked before I did this on air. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it on air, of course. But
Budget Guns and Gear says, "Holy shit, it's a Wookiee."
No. I really do need to shave. I mean, it's past no shave November. I just don't want to get rid of it right now. My beard.
I don't either until it starts, you know, staying warm, and that's not going to happen until at least late March around here.
David Bowen says, the Night Strike, you can pick me up an AK first and then get me some mags. No, I won't buy you an AK. You know, you haven't paid for enough dinners to equal an AK.
Psycho says, "Guess who got hit by a car last night?"
Yankee?
Did you? Oh, no.
Psycho, I would sue. Psycho, I hope you're all right if you got hit by a car last night.
Hopefully he was in a car when it happened. Not just walking down the street.
I hope he was in a car too, because it would be a bitch to type right now if he got hit. So but you get in here and you say that on air.
Doesn't he have a show coming on pretty soon?
I don't think so. It's Budget. You know, he's not doing anything important.
I just got a notice on it. It said to watch Budget Guns and Gear Review. It normally comes on at 5 my time. So
Yeah, I'm calling him out.
6 o'clock my time. Jumpy is back in the U.S. alive. All right.
All right. Jumpy's back.
Been in Mexico from what I heard.
Mr. 10mm himself. Hold on. Cover your ears. Shut up, be infringed.
Give him the bird.
Give him the bird.
John Z.
No, John Z, you were in the car too. You were in the front seat. You know, maybe it's that whole dementia thing going on, John.
It happens, especially up in New York. There's a lot of that going around out here.
Yeah, you know, what was it? But, there's dementia, there's PTSD, from shooting AR-15s.
Trump derangement syndrome.
There's also a socialist syndrome. You know, it's all those syndromes. It's just awful. So, who we got out there? DTEMP 62 is out there. Lever Guns 5110 WCF is out there. Okay.
I don't know how many people are watching.
Scott and Budget, I am not an Ewok. Yes, I may not be as tall as Never Enough Ammo, but that motherfucker's like 6-7 feet tall. Pretty damn tall. I mean, I'm at least taller than Ghost, Clover, and sorry Gary, but I'm taller than you too.
By a whole inch, probably.
By a foot.
Oh, bullshit.
I remember how I had to pull my knees in just so I could fit in that car.
I stood right in front of you. I don't remember having to look up a foot to see you. And when I was your age, I probably was your height, but I shrunk about an inch.
How do you shrink? I don't understand how you shrink.
It happens to old people, spinal compression and stuff like that. It just happens over time.
Well, then we need to get out. We need to get out that old medieval thing where they just pull you. They pull you out or whatnot.
They've got these tables now you can buy where you lay on it and you strap your ankles in there and you turn yourself upside down. And supposedly it's supposed to help, but I'm not that athletic. I'd probably just fall off the silly thing.
Well, I'll agree with you. You probably would fall off.
Midnight says NEA is 6'2". That sounds about right. He wasn't no 6'8".
No, I was just exaggerating because I can.
He's tall. Tardot was fairly tall. G's really tall.
Yeah.
And invisible.
And John Z was short.
Yes, there are people in this world even shorter than me. There's not a lot of them.
Yeah, John Z's short, but he's not short in stature, just in height.
That's right. One thing about it, I felt pretty good at Tulsa because there were a lot of people right about my height. So,
yeah.
Don't run into a lot of that. Yeah, Ghost and Clover are pretty darn close to the same height.
Yeah, they didn't want to accept that I was taller than them, but I was.
Well, it's not anything you accomplished. That's just genetics. I mean, if anybody did anything, it was your parents. You didn't do it.
Shh! Don't take this away from me. Do not take this one away from me, all right? Let me have my small victories, damn it. So, Jumpy Killer says, I had to bribe a lot of cops in Mexico and had to kill a pig to eat. Well, Jumpy, I hope it was worth it.
There, Midnight says stature means height.
Since when was Midnight Mr. Dictionary?
I think that was his minor when he was going to culinary school. He minored in grammar and English.
We're going to have to call him Midnight Dictionary TM from now on.
He's a smart feller. And not a fart smeller.
I know, I think you got it right the second time.
There's a 5'7". There's a 5'5" out there. Let's see. Minored in drinking. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought G was 6'6". I don't know exactly. I
He
didn't
might.
measure anybody, but
All I knew was G was tall.
yeah,
Psycho Camp was pretty tall too. Taller
yeah.
than me at least. So
I've got a buddy out at work that I eat lunch with every day, and he
oh,
is
that's perfect boob sweat. Midnight, just call him Midnight Dick for short. DIC. That's great. That is great. Rob D is saying, it's vertically challenged. Don't want to strike. They can't strike me. I'm Night Strike. Well, no, they can strike me. But I've got other ways of going live, so it doesn't matter. They can't silence me when I own my own platform, damn it.
Sarge is in the house.
Alive. Alive. From the patrol vehicle. It's C4 Defense.
The lawman.
Oh. Well, what was the old song, Gary, from the 70s? What is it? I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. One of Sarge's favorite songs.
Well, yeah.
Watch. Sarge will run for sheriff. You know, he said before he never wants to, run for office or anything, but I think Sarge would be an all right sheriff. I'd vote for him.
Sarge in charge.
Sarge in charge. Yeah, he would be the sheriff, and then everybody in the department would still call him Sarge. He just couldn't get away from it.
I was gonna say, if he ever does get promoted, I'm not gonna change the name because it just fits. He'll always be Sarge.
No. If he gets promoted to lieutenant, then we call him LT
or Louis.
Yeah, we call him Louis. He's got to give us so much crap next time.
I'm sure he will. We'll have it coming too.
Fine Ape says, run for office or cover. It depends on how Sarge is feeling, and during the day. If he's in a good mood, he'll run for office. If he's in a bad mood, he'll run for cover.
Yeah, the bad thing about being a sheriff is it's largely an administrative position, and that's really no fun.
Yeah. Old 60 Armory at Night Strike. Are you going to Tulsa again? Well, I wanted to ask you guys this because I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go again this year. Would you guys at least check out the GoFundMe or the Indiegogo that I do for Tulsa again this year if I did decide to go to Tulsa? Because sure. I'm not going to be able to do it myself again. It's just the only way I can do Tulsa is if I get help. I've got some money lined up, but I'm not selling any more firearms. I'm not going to do that. It hurt too much to have to sell that AR and then had to wait to build another one. I just can't do that again. I'm not selling any more of my guns. It's just I can't do it. Gary, I'll relate it to you like this. It's like selling one of your children.
Well, there's at least one of them you could pretty much get at a good price. So. My son's not here to hear me say that. So, but yeah, I'd let him go for a few bucks.
Yeah.
My kids are grown. I can't buy or sell them anymore, unfortunately.
Right, right. But you understand the sentiment, right?
Oh, sure.
So, anyways.
Midnight says, sell those mags for gas money.
No. I don't have a car that can legitimately go from from one state to another. Hell, it barely goes from one city to another. That car, it ain't leaving South Carolina.
How far are you from a bus station? Old 60 Armory wants to know.
Probably, I think there's one in Charleston. I'm not sure.
Yeah, bus tickets aren't that much. Now, it's probably not the most pleasant ride in the world, but
No, they're not that much, but the bus ticket is only one part of it.
and they probably wouldn't let you take your guns on the bus.
No, Greyhound does not let you bring firearms with you.
Well, they're no fun at all.
So it's either I have to fly or I have to drive with someone.
Or rent a car.
I'm not renting a car. AWAG is out there yelling, Childress Guns has PSL receivers. It's happening, you guys. Scott, I'm not selling a kid me.
Black Cat's out there.
Black Cat's out there.
Black Cat, the Black Cat, outdoors even.
So, no.
I bet he's indoors, though.
I've looked at renting a car. It's just not happening. Believe it or not, for us, if you go and do the math, if you rent a car to drive from one state to another state, and if you're going to be out the same amount of days, anyways, it actually is cheaper to fly than it is to drive, just because of the car rental. No, I'm not doing anything in Mexico or with Mexico.
Well, AWAG has a suggestion, although I doubt you're going to get $3K for it. Gizzard can lay eggs and we can sell them for you. Yeah, I'm not sure you'd want my eggs.
I don't think that's how it works. Only female chickens lay eggs. Not roosters.
That's the way I'd always heard it, yeah.
Yeah, roosters don't lay eggs. Yeah, I'm not going with the whole Odin Thor look. I'm not selling an eye. I kind of need it. Did you get it? I kind of need it.
I got it. I kind of let that one fly over my shoulder, but yeah, I got it. I groaned a little bit to myself as I heard it.
Hey, I am the master of bad puns. Midnight Range TM say it's 2019. Roosters can lay eggs. What is that? That's some commie leftist bullshit right there. I think you've been in, suburbia way too long, Midnight Range.
Yeah, if they identify as a hen, I suppose they could.
Identify as a hen. Wow.
It's a different world we live in now, Night Strike.
Trans-roosterism? Question mark, says Sean Ponery. I don't know if that's trans-roosterism or what. I'm just no. What are the laws regarding purchasing a long gun over state lines? You can buy one.
Yep.
You can buy a long gun. So if I went to Tulsa, if I can get enough to go to Tulsa, I probably would buy a rifle or something this next time. Just because I'd be prepared for it this time. Unlike last time where I wasn't really sure I was going to be able to go. Just because it was done such last minute. But this time I'll probably set up an Indiegogo campaign. I'll have some I'll have a bit more to do to work with this year. I've got some patches that I'm just not using and they're just lying around that I've gotten from G and from other people over the years, so I'll probably throw those in there too. So it's not like it's going to be nothing this time. It's just I don't know whether I should do it or if I should just decide not to go. I'm not sure. What do you think, Gary?
It depends on how bad you want to go. If you really, really, really want to go, then you'll have to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
If it's one of those, I'd like to, but I can't things, and that's a decision you got to make. I'm going.
Well, I've got the time. It's just I don't have the funding right now, and that's what bothers me. Yes, I'm spending all of my money on GunTube. So there is not a lot of money left after that. And Sean is saying he'd buy a Vetterli Vitali before I could lay eyes on it. Yes, Sean, then I would sell it to you for twice the price. Scott P79, I'm already on the ramen noodle diet. I'm not gonna say this on chat, but I'm gonna type it out. There we go. That's just my 2 cents.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but it was right there. They said it, and then I had to say that. I think I ran like that. Look out there. I ran him out the door.
Kinky liked it.
Kinky saying it's not gay if it's for guns. That's my motto. No. And Black Cat says you're changing your name to Sticky Sphincter now. And I made my comment. Oh, I had to. I just had to. Ooh, everybody's gonna go test the GoPro soon. Expect some HD video soon. Yay!
I still have got to get one of those. Probably later this month.
Yeah, I don't own a gun in 270, so. Anyways, how long have we been going? Have we going for an hour?
Pretty close to it.
43 minutes, it says. We got 20 minutes left, I guess.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't go live right away.
No.
Did you get a strike for Tuesday night?
No, I did not get a strike for Tuesday night. Believe that. I didn't get a strike.
No strike for Night Strike?
That's not to say that Night Strike doesn't strike out anyways, but that's different.
See you, Fine Ape.
Later, Fine Ape.
So what else is going on this weekend? Anything?
Well, I heard I heard news that Trump is not budgeting on the whole budget for the wall thing, and the government is still shut down. Luckily, they are still doing running through NICS checks. So,
And I heard they're trying to run through some national red flag legislation.
yeah, that are so-called Republican, went and introduced.
Right. So-called is right.
And I urge everyone that can to go call up Marco Rubio and call him a fucking traitor.
Hey, Ghost.
Because a Republican doesn't support red flag laws.
Evidently, he hasn't gotten the memo.
Ghost, you got a link if you want to jump in. So, pretty sure I sent you one. Yeah, I sent him one. AWAC is saying, ATF can't do anything quick. Everyone make SPRs. Yeah, let's make that a thing so they can take it away when they start running again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what else? What else could we do? Well, if they're not running and ATF is shut down, then I could legitimately go and make a machine gun, right?
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, no, obviously not, but no. But yeah, it's just like, well, they can't enforce the law, so what's the point of having the law? But again, again, still follow the law until the government collapses. If the government collapses on itself, then the law doesn't mean shit because there's nobody to enforce it anymore.
Well, right? They'll be back.
They'll be back, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too good to be true.
Remember, evil never dies.
Yeah. They will magically come up with some funding for it. I just can't wait to see what this new Democrat governor in my state is going to come up with.
Well, be prepared to get hosed.
The Kansas Early Watch is going to be busy this spring. I got a feeling.
It may be.
And I sent out a Twitter message this morning. I said, basically look for them to introduce some anti-gun legislation, but we're going to be watching and we won't be silent. I'm pretty sure I could stir up some support in this state. And it's not just me, but there's plenty of pro-gun people in this state.
Yep.
And they're not going to take kindly to somebody who's lived in a city their entire life trying to tell the entire state how to live their lives.
No, because cities work different than...
But that's the way it always works. It's the big cities that rule, and it's people who live outside the big cities that have to suffer from their policies.
Yeah, I mean... It's basically people in the city that have money versus the people who live outside the city that may not have as much money as those that live in a city.
And the funny thing is, they don't want you to have your guns and be able to protect yourself, but they have armed security.
They have armed security. They live in these high-rise buildings with security guards. But you live out in a house in the middle of nowhere, and, you're basically, SOL in case anything happens.
You just need to fend for yourself with your bare hands, I guess.
No, you can't even do that anymore. You got to take it and hope the cops can, clean up the mess.
and the media doesn't help. I don't want to show all my cards from my program tonight, but I've got a couple examples of the media doing some really stupid crap right here in my state. Big city media, of course.
Yeah. Jumpy's going on and on and on about, he's speaking the word of 10 millimeter. Jumpy, you just need to go and create the church of 10 millimeter so everyone can, bask in the gospel that is 10 millimeter.
Yeah, I don't know if I subscribe to that gospel, but
bless all that have not heard the word of 10 millimeter. Thanks be to 10 millimeter. So,
turn away from the evil that is 9 millimeter.
Turn away from the evil that is in the 9 millimeter. The imposter that is 40 Smith & Wesson. And praise be the one true caliber, 10 millimeter. The gospel of 10 millimeter. As spoken by Pastor Jumpy.
With the Deacon Knight strike helping him out.
Well, I don't hate 10 millimeter. I just think some of the guns in 10 millimeter are overpriced.
The gun's overpriced. The ammo's overpriced.
Yeah, I'll give you the ammo is a bit overpriced sometimes.
Magazine capacity is a lot less.
Pin Woods is out there. 357. Yeah, 357 SIG is good. I like 357 SIG. Black Cat saying, I'm back. You may resume. We never stopped. So you missed it.
Yeah, we did lots of cool stuff while you were gone, Black Cat. Gave away guns, stuff like that.
We did?
Yeah. You gave away a Gun Snob's High Point to somebody.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did. Yeah. Yeah. No, we didn't.
Not really.
No. The Church of 10 millimeter owns the Church of Scientology.
It's
That's not really a church. It's more like a science fiction book gone wrong.
You ever read any of them books?
Oh yeah, All Hail Lord Xenu. No, I'm kidding. I would rather have 10 millimeter all day long. And I am more of a fan of 11.43 by 23 millimeter. I'm a big fan of that caliber. 11.43 by 23 millimeter. It's the best caliber ever. It trumps 10 millimeter.
You said Trump.
I said Trump.
So, were you in the chat the other night when I was talking about the NRA calling me?
Oh yeah, I was. That was the Sergeant chat.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I wasn't in the mood to take the call anyway, but I didn't know who it was that was calling. It was a Kansas City number.
That was hilarious. Like, why in God's name? Why in God's name would I help Wayne LaPierre out when he banned bump stocks?
Yeah, Wayne's asked me to offer you this and to tell you to do this. Like, well, I got something you can pass on to Wayne next time you see him. Tell him that Gizzard said, "Shall not be infringed," and give him the bird. I don't think they'll call me back again, but they might.
I've never gotten a call back. I didn't renew my membership this year, and I didn't get a call. So, there we go.
I used to be a member of AARP. I let that expire about 3 years ago, and they will not stop with the emails and the letters sent to my mailbox. Here, we're offering you a great deal to renew. We want you back. Well, you're going to have to stop your policies first.
Obviously.
AARP is not very gun friendly either. In case you didn't know.
I hadn't figured.
Which is why I'm not a member anymore. And yes, you can make all the old person jokes you want to.
Well, I guess I will. You're old. There you go.
You're going to be old someday.
I know I will. And then you can laugh.
You'll be eligible for AARP here in about 15 years.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that.
Well, you don't want to live till then?
No, I just don't want to think about being 15 years older.
It happens to everybody. It's not the end of the world.
Well, I don't want to get there yet, so just keep it in the back of your mind or something, all right?
Life begins at 50,
Yeah, whoever said that's wrong.
If you don't believe me, every time you wake up in the morning, you'll know you're alive because your legs hurt, your shoulders hurt. It's like, okay, yep, I'm here.
Oh, God.
Psycho. How is AARP not pro-gun? Didn't they invent the 45 AARP?
No, that was John Moses Browning who invented the 45 AARP.
Yeah, but he was old when he invented it.
He was, but they weren't around yet. All right, so have we made the hour yet? No, we got 4 more minutes, so.
Yeah, we don't want to short anybody.
Yeah, right. We want to give them the full hour.
Give them the full bird. No, I'll do that later.
You can give them the full bird later. They can get a quarter bird right now.
I will. Trust me.
Yep. I saw that image the other day. The turkey gizzard, Gary. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I come up with that idea at the last minute, and I wanted to see if there was a stock, because all those images are stock in the Apple Keynote app, and I'll be darned, they had the perfect turkey, so I just took one out, put the other in, and had to move the gun around a little bit for it to work. But
well, he's gotta have it different. So, as I was telling you, as I mentioned earlier, I am gonna get some custom dust covers made.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get the one that says "Give him the bird." I'm gonna get one for me, and I'll probably get one for you because you got me a "Shall not be infringed" patch.
Alrighty.
So I don't know when that's gonna happen. It'll probably happen later on this year, but I just wanted to let you know that's why I needed a picture of the bird. So let's see here. There we go. Fixing that image. It doesn't work right. There it is. It's better. So, Black Cat, are you still out there, or did you run off to the litter box again?
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. He must have took one of his cat naps. Is he getting ready to go to work, or is he coming home from work?
I mean, is he getting out of the litter box, or is he going in?
I guess you could put it that way, too.
Rob D's like, do the gun giveaway night, Strike. If I could, I would, but I don't have a gun to give away. If somebody wants to donate a gun to give away, then by all means. But I cannot do a gun giveaway at this moment. But I am toying with the idea that if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I may give away a lower parts kit for an AR-15. I've toyed with that because I can get a lower parts kit for, I can get those are easy to get. So I figured I'd do that.
How close are you?
Well, right now I am at let's see. Come on, dashboard. I'm at 874 subscribers. So if I get up to 1,000 subscribers, I'll probably give away a lower parts kit, probably some patches and stickers and whatnot.
I'm still hoping to get to 500 here before the end of the year.
So, granted, this is not video proof, and I'll do an actual video. I'll actually go and get a parts kit and whatnot, but I just figured I'd mention it. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and the only thing is going and trying to convince people to go and subscribe to you. Some people will just subscribe for the giveaway, and then they'll unsubscribe if they don't win, or if they don't if they're not interested. I want people that are going to be interested and going to stay subscribed. So that's why I'm not going to give away a gun, because we're just slam bam, thank you, ma'am, and we're out.
I've heard of people doing that on Patreon too, where they'll subscribe to somebody and then they'll unsubscribe right before the end of the month so they don't take the money out.
Yeah, you know how you fix that?
Well, you can fix it now to where it takes the money out first if you want to.
And that's what you do. That's what I have to do, because I've had some people do that too.
I have never had that happen. I've got a few very loyal patrons on Patreon. None of them have dropped since they started. I'm not saying it won't happen, but so far, knock on wood, everyone stayed with me. All the payments always go through. Everybody's real supportive. So, my experience has been good. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah. Though, I have to ask, Gizzard, who was your first patron?
I believe his name was STRYKE.
Was he?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yes, you do. I can remember the chat. You and I was talking, and I said, well, I went monetized on Patreon a month or two ago, but I don't have any patrons. I don't know when I'll ever get any. And next thing I know, you said, well, check your email, because now you got one.
Yeah. Yep.
So you primed the pump. I
primed the pump, and I set you on the path.
You did. Made me what I am today.
Quite honestly, I enjoy your videos. I may not watch all of them. I may only watch a couple of them every now and then, probably when I'm working on GunTube, because they're right there. I don't have to go to YouTube or anything for them. But your videos are getting a lot better from where you started.
Well, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, and I spend a lot more time doing video editing than I used to. So.
Hey, you seen just a few minutes ago how I look right now, and I'm comfortable with turning the camera on. Granted, I don't have it on all the time because I don't want to scare everyone off. But the point is, I'm comfortable enough with turning the camera on and showing people something, just because I want to show them stuff. Okay. Now, I am working on trying to do like tabletop reviews, maybe some reviews on some of the guns I own. But the thing about it is, I don't normally do reviews because everybody else does them. And if I start doing reviews, I don't want people to say, "Oh, he's doing those reviews because he's getting paid to do those reviews." And I just wanted to let you know right now, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid for shit right now. And it shows because I don't do any editing.
You don't do any editing.
I don't do any editing. I mean, I try as much as possible to not edit anything out. And some people don't like that because it doesn't look polished. And I understand that, but I'm not trying to give you guys, a Hollywood movie. I'm trying to give you guys my take on it. And I feel that even if I screw up, I'm going to keep that in the video because, hey, I screwed up. I'll own that. I'll take responsibility for screwing up and not doing a proper video. But I'll still put the video out there because, you know what? There's not enough people in this country that are going to take responsibility for screwing up. There's not enough people that do that these days. And half of them are on the opposite side of the aisle. I'm not trying to make this political. I'm not going to. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name sides. But, people don't want to take responsibility for their actions. And they don't want to take they always want to shift the blame onto somebody else. And that's not how America was founded. And I don't support that. You didn't see the founding fathers trying to blame somebody else for the problems. They owned up to it and they created the damn country.
I'll bet you that Constitution, though, they had more than one draft. They had to make changes to it.
Oh, by all means, yes. Before they had the Constitution, we ran off the Articles of Confederation.
And they didn't have no word processors back then, which means somebody had to sit and write all that stuff out half a dozen times.
Yeah, he had to write out. They're like, no, scratch that and rewrite it. I would hate to be the secretary that they had there because, at that point in time, they had a man who was the secretary and he had to write everything down that they were saying. They're like, okay, or some sort of notary or whatnot. They're writing everything down. And basically, they're like, no, strike that out. And it needs to be said like this. So-and-so, so-and-so. You got him striking it out, getting a new piece of paper, and rewriting everything down and making that one little change. I can see one guy doing that and being angry that he had to do it 7 million times.
That is probably better than having a job, shoeing horses or... I don't know, some of the horrible things they had to do back then. So.
I don't see being a blacksmith or shoeing horses as any less of a job. I mean, if they didn't do that, they couldn't get things done back then. I mean, because everybody had to use a horse for transportation unless they walked everywhere.
I'm just saying that was a lot more of a labor-intensive job, though. Whereas sitting inside in a nice, comfortable building, all you have to do is take that feather quill pen and write a bunch of words on the paper 19 times.
I mean, look at it this way. Blacksmiths were the mechanics of the 16th and 17th century. Okay? Because we didn't have cars back then. We didn't have trains until the 18th century. Okay? Or was it the 19th?
19th.
No, yeah, you're right, the 19th. We have trains till the 19th century. So, it's just the blacksmiths, some blacksmiths even then also did guns. So they were also gunsmiths because they made barrels from scratch. Okay? But, that's just how I see it. And, maybe I see it differently than somebody else, and that's fine. It's my perspective.
But seeing some of the guns they made back then, and some of them are still around in museums and stuff like that. And to me, it's just amazing what they were able to accomplish with the limited tools that they had in those days. But they could still make some pretty damn neat stuff.
Absolutely. I'm not saying they did anything wrong whatsoever. But, yeah. All right. So I think we had a good chat. I think we solved the world's problems and hung out for a while. So thank you guys for sticking with us and hanging out and chatting with us. Gary, thanks for sticking with me.
You betcha. Thanks for the invite.
And remember, shall not be in front. Hold on. I got to sit right. Cover yours. Shut up, you infringed!
Give him the bird.
And give him the bird. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Take it easy.
Good night.